Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Here's what my UK exotic garden looks like at New Year. Let's get straight into the video. Well, we had a really cold sub-zero November and then a relatively mild December, so everything's been killed off and thawed out. I haven't really filmed much for a while because we've been having a little extension on a bedroom and we've had scaffolding and it's been a bit of a state, but we've had a lot of storms as well. So I will be talking later in the video about how this arid bed shelter has held up in those storms, 50-mile-an-hour winds, but we'll get straight into having a look at what my plants look like now. It is the 28th of December. So yeah, this is as bad as the garden looks, in my opinion, all year round. But anyway, let's take a quick look. So this monstrosity here is my attempt at shielding my Musa Basjoo bananas. They are in there somewhere. Some of the pups are just poking out, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I've gone for the old straw bale and a tarp. Couldn't get a big enough tarp for it, but it should keep most of the rain off there. They should be fine in there, I think. But we did have, I think our lowest temperature was -5, but I wrapped them up in time. At this time of year, you can really see this Cordyline. This is the Cordyline that I made a video on last year, where around here you can see this is where it got a spear pull last December, so a year ago. That was a growing point a year ago, and you can see everything else has grown in a year. So from here to here in a year, it came back fine. We've had no problems so far, even though the temperatures have been as low this year as last year. That's how it looks. I mean, everything else is, I don't really cut anything back until spring, really. We've got the Rudbeckia, we've got the Euphorbia Schillingi. I mean, all the Verbena bonariensis. I'll leave all the flower heads, the seed heads on there to do what they're going to do. Echinacea here, look. So yeah, I'll let them do what they're going to do. This is the tallest of the Tetrapanax that I managed to grow this year. It went in the ground this year, and you can see there's a growing point. The growing point looks fine. Obviously, it's blackened off all the leaves, but and it's not that woody. So it'll be interesting to know what people think about this. You can see it hasn't got that much woody stem. This bit's woody, but it's still green here. But it survived so far, so we'll see. These are some cannas. I've just left the cannas in the ground. No mulch, just left them to be. See what happens. So yeah, Persicaria, red dragon there. I don't cut anything back until probably February or March. It is just I'll leave it to the elements. Yeah, whatever will be, will be. So that's what I call my sunny border. Let's move on. Well, I've got my wisteria there. You can see the framework of the wisteria. I will be cutting some of that back in February, I think it is. I do a summer prune and a winter prune like most people do. The only thing worth pointing out here is this is my Trachycarpus Gigantia now. I put it in the ground. Of course, people who grow Trachycarpus Gigantia will know that they flowered a few years ago, so there are no mature specimens around. This is got this from Yorkshire Chris last year. Put it in the ground this year. You can see it's starting to throw out new shoots, but yeah, it's going to get absolutely huge. So I might have to rethink some of the planting around it. This is my Paulonia. Doesn't look much more than a stick at this time of year, but it is what it is. Let's move around to the middle beds. You can see the FATSIA Japonica has finished flowering. The berries have gone. Birds will have taken them. Here's my Miscanthus giganteus. I love how it looks and how it degrades in winter. I mean, some people will cut that back because it looks tatty, but I kind of like it. It looks much better than the Arundo Donax here, which just, even though it has a little bit of green left on it, if you look at the Arundo Donax, it still has a bit of green on it, you see. But yeah, I just like this, and I suppose it's good for nesting material, for birds, good for insects. But yeah, there you go, lovely and tall. I'll cut that back when I can see some new signs of growth. in spring. Here's my lovely big trachy. All that there is new growth for this year. You know, they're bulletproof, no problems with that. Just moving around here. So this is the first Tetrapanax that I put in the ground. It's been in the ground for 18 months now, and it did die back fully last winter. If you look a little bit there, see, it's taken -5, -4, -5 we had, and looks to have survived. So fingers crossed for that one. There's my red apoca nifofia. Here's my mind your own business that's nicely growing. I'm surprised that didn't get frosted off actually, because I suppose it is quite sheltered there, isn't it? But this is my jungle stream, and I would love for this to be completely covered in baby's tears, mind your own business, whatever you want to call it, as it's cascading down. Moving around here, we've got my Euphorbia wolfenii that's looking nice. That should be one of the first things to flower in spring. Another small trachy there. A lot of weeds at this time of year. There's my Cavarops humilis with a bit of insulation board stuck in it from the extension. You can see there. I might have to dig that out. That's a big woody stem of a Verbena bonariensis that might have to come out now. Moving around, I've a bit of an experiment really. I've got two Gunnera Tinctoria, which are now banned. Well, all Gunneras now banned for sale in the UK, so might have to open up a black market. But you can see that's the one in the barrel. I've just stuck a bit of fleece over that one, and that one I've wrapped up properly. I did a video on that one. I think both should be fine. I think the Gunnera. I did a video recently in Beamish where they had a Gunnera Tinctoria that was not covered at all under snow, and I think it'll be fine. There's my barrel pond. At this time of year, there's not much going on, but I know there'll be some newts in there underneath the ground hibernating. That's my larger Cordyline. You see no problems there. I might take a step back actually and look at the eucalyptus. I will be again topping these and giving them a bit of a prune, because they are very fast growing, very tall. I'll do that sometime in the next couple of months. Let's move around a little bit more. This is my biggest FATSIA Japonica. A few berries still left on there, but it is, you know, it's putting on a lot of height, and my plan will be for spring is to sort of cut back underneath and underplant it a little bit more. I have got a few hidden ferns under there that I planted when this FATSIA was a lot smaller, so my aim for next year is turn this more into a canopy. It should reach the height of the fence, which is maybe a little tad over 6 foot, and then I can underplant it. Here's my yucca that died last winter, and it's been pupping since, and there's my double trunked trachy. Moving around, got some more mind your own business there. I love that look. I'm surprised it survived. And here, this was my tallest cardoon, and it's resprouted down there. Should have another good growth spurt next year. Down there you can see that is my Euphorbia mellifera, which I would love it to fill. There's a bit of a gap here in the bed. I'd love that to fill that gap there. Yeah, let's go and have a look at the arid bed. So I've done a lot of videos and posts on Instagram about the arid bed, and like I said, we've had it seems like storm after storm after storm constantly, and you can see, I'll show you a little bit of the damage we've got. So you can see there that there's a rip there, but I might have to repair that with a bit of tape temporarily. But zooming out, you can see that pretty much everything in there is surviving. Let's let me just get in and show you a few more things in a bit closer detail. So basically this here is the Opuntia ficus indica that I wrapped a little bit because it's not that hardy, but it's survived, well, -5 outside of the bed. I don't know what it was inside the bed. We've got the hole up there, look, that's just above the Agave Americana. I'll just have to put a bit of proper tape on that to secure it. But we've got the Serencia formosa over there, a big sort of barrel cactus sort of thing that's looking okay. The only casualty I can see so far in here is the Aeonium, which I expected really. I did block up all those holes there from the rain, but they've blown off. It was just bin bags. The Washingtonia, well, sold as a Washingtonia robusta, but I think it's a fallifera. You can see is surviving, doing okay, and everything else looks fine. Esperello parviflora, all my yuccas, Yucca restrata, Yucca linearis, everything seems to be doing okay. So there we go, that's the arid bed, and I'm pretty pleased with how it's turning out. But again, we're not through the most of it, are we? We've got probably more storms on the way, more low temperatures. Another design flaw that I didn't think of was this low quality wood. I just caught there and ripped that. But you know, these taps from Amazon, I have linked in the description to these things. So yeah, they're like less than 10 quid for a tap. So I'll just keep, you know, it's not keep replacing it, but I do feel like it's held up better than I expected. View from there. I am looking for some polycarbonate sheets second hand to replace it with long term. Yeah, there you go. Let's take a look in the greenhouse. So it's a bit of a mishmash. Everything's packed in, and you can see I've got all my cacti and succulents, and I've got Sonchus down there. So my Sonchus are all, well, I guess they're surviving, not thriving, but they are surviving. Got my Musa dwarf Cavendish. I've got all my pups of my Tetrapanax down there. Dendroceras littoralis here, but everything's looking fine. I mean, look at the colour on the what is it? Echeveria agavoides. Lovely colour at this time of year. All my Copiapoa are doing okay. I brought the bigger, I know I've got the bar heater down there, but when it got to -5 I brought this in temporarily to use. But yeah, everything's looking really well. No casualties that I can spot so far. But again, we're still early in the season, aren't we? We've still got another 2 or 3 months of this in the UK. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to close that up there. Started to rain again, surprise, surprise. Anyway, I think that's it from me. I would love to know what your garden's looking like at this time of year. What you're looking forward to in the new year. What's inspiring you, because I kind of feel like, yeah, not much you can actually do in your garden at the minute, so it's all about planning and looking ahead to next year. But thanks for watching, really appreciate it. And if you enjoy the content but you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next one.